Times Square, Union Square, Washington Square Park. New York has plenty of squares, but have you ever heard of Chatham Square? It's actually one of the city's oldest and has a long, if scruffy, history. The square is located in Chinatown at the intersection of 8 different streets, including Bowery, Worth, and East Broadway. Unsurprisingly, it's a bit of a traffic-snarled mess and pretty intimidating to cross by foot. But to be honest, messy but lively has kind of been the vibe for most of Chatham Square's history. Manhattan's native tribes knew this as a higher ground with a forest clearing. Once Europeans arrived in the 1600s, it was divided up into farmland. In the 1700s, this area became known for horse trading, including the auctioning off of all the king's horses once the British Army left New York at the end of the Revolutionary War. As we move to the 1800s, though, the area's reputation takes a nosedive. For much of the 19th century, it was associated with vice, taverns, gambling venues, flop houses, and in particular prostitution. Not everything here was totally sordid. There was an active theater scene, including the Chatham Square Theater, which put on a famous run of the anti-slavery play Uncle Tom's Cabin in 1853 and 1854. It's also here next to the square that in the 1890s, the first modern tattoo parlor opened in the city, founded by a man named Samuel O'Reilly, who patented a tattoo machine that is a precursor to the type still used today. This photo, taken around 1853, was once thought to be the oldest surviving one of New York City, although now we have 2 that are found to be older. But this one's great because you can see multiple people in it and really get a sense of what the area looked like at the time. Just a few decades later, things had gotten quite a bit busier, as these photos demonstrate. The city's 2 east side elevated trains met up here, and as a result, this was a massive junction, which loomed over the square and only encouraged bad things to happen below. In the early 20th century, Chatham was a crossroads between Chinatown to the west and Lower East Side to the east. But things started to change in the mid-century. The elevated lines were torn down to be replaced by the 2nd Avenue subway. That hasn't happened yet, although it's part of the long-term plan. And in the 60s, a decline in the Jewish population of the Lower East Side and a boom in Chinese immigration pushed Chinatown over the Bowery. And since then, Chatham has been smack dab in the middle of the neighborhood. And it was getting spiffed up a bit. In 1962, a memorial arch went up honoring Chinese-American service members like Airman Ralph Kimball, who fought and died during World War II. The park was expanded in the 1990s, and in 1997, a statue of Lin Zexu, who resisted the British during the Opium Wars, was added as well. Now there's a bolder plan to reimagine the square by eliminating some roadways, shifting the center of the plaza towards the west side of the Bowery. If the promotional drawings are any indication, soon color and light and lion dancers will replace the currently dreary surroundings. Hopefully this new plan allows this square a little bit of love, after a long time in the figurative and sometimes literal shadows.